for today's cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee.
Fresh hell.
Fresh hell?
Incoming.
What kind?
I should have queued up the sound bite for the incoming.
Incoming.
Well, before we get to the fresh hell, it's just always an adventure. This is like kid and we were sitting here in the living room the other night, and cats. We never wanted this many cats ever.
They're flooding.
And it's
the
like
house.
There's this one that he adores.
13 cats.
That he adores. That it looks like a ferret.
I love her.
Or a weasel.
I love her.
That's Voodoo.
Yeah.
She's the one that had was it an ear infection?
Yeah, she had the real bad ear
and
infection.
her head is permanently cocked on one side.
Yeah.
And so I saw her walk across, and it's like, okay, whatever. And all of a sudden, there was this blood-curdling scream. She screamed. I screamed because I didn't know what the hell had happened. And we've got another black Tom that his name, we call him Faux-Who.
Yeah, he looks like
as opposed
from
to
the back.
He-Who. Yeah. He-Who, it freaks him out because I think He-Who thinks it's his doppelganger.
Yeah, his more like his more in good health a doppelganger.
But Faux-Who wasn't doing anything. I don't know if it's just because he was there, but it was just blood curdling.
It was his presence. He does not like him.
Sitting about screaming.
At what time was this?
This was a couple of days ago. Remember?
Yeah, at what time was this?
It was at night. Who knows?
Okay, then that's different. You know, you expect this shit to happen at night, not in the crack of ass morning.
You know, and it was just one of those. It's like, really? I could have done without that.
Yeah.
I get up this morning and I see something laying in the road, and I'm like, oh, God, what is that? And so I go and get Kid.
I thought it was a cat at first because I looked out my window.
We did, but I didn't sense that it was. And so what it was a big-ass mud turtle or snapping turtle, whichever that you prefer to call them.
Big-ass turtle.
And honestly, this thing's head is bigger than my fist. And it has been there for... there's mud turtles. We got a swamp area.
We do.
That's, right off the edge of the house. No, I mean, no, right off the edge of the yard and stuff. And so it's not infrequent that we will see the mud turtles crawl out. But this one was big.
Yeah. This one was... It's a pretty large mud turtle. And it will bite an appendage off real fast.
Yeah.
It will bite a toe, bite a finger.
Yeah.
Don't get near it.
Not right. We just leave them alone.
Its head, no joke, is about the same size as one of the cat's heads.
As long as it wasn't roadkill, I was okay. And it just goes and it slinks back down into the, ditch line.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the one I think that lives there in that drain pipe. You don't...
Don't go down there barefoot.
No.
Go down there with good shoes.
No, don't be messing with the mud turtles.
Don't be looking for it. Don't be searching for it.
No, we don't have to search for these things. They find us.
It's living on our fucking property, rent-free.
It's all right. It's free. Part of the ecosystem. But that brings us to our story of fresh hell incoming.
Don't do that.
Something that is
Don't do that to me.
Not part of our ecosystem. Flying venomous spiders.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
What?
Flying venomous spiders. Don't do that. That's already that's a level of hell in of its own. No,
yes.
don't. No.
Yes. And from Daily
Fucking
Mail...
parachuting spiders.
From Daily Mail by James Cirrone, I think is how you pronounce that, and that was June the 4th of 2024. That is the headline. Flying venomous spiders the size of a human hand are set to invade New York. That's, as long as y'all keep that shit up there.
Yeah, y'all keep your plague.
And it
we don't want your plagues.
That these giant black and yellow spiders, the size of a human hand, are set to arrive in the northeastern U.S. states this summer, including New Jersey and New York.
Okay.
And that they're called Joro spiders. I think it's Joro with the line over the top of that last O. So if I'm mispronouncing it, I really don't care.
It's not a gyro spider.
I don't. Maybe they do sit and spin. I don't know.
They spin as they float.
They could.
Float down on top of your head.
That they are an invasive species that originated in China.
Where'd they come? Like, how'd they get over here?
I'm getting to that. And experts say that they can fly up to 100 miles by turning their webs into makeshift parasails.
No.
This is another reason I need a flamethrower.
Yeah. We need one of those salt guns. As soon as we see one of those flying,
I just like said,
you can do the same thing with flies and bees.
Flamethrower. Although they are venomous.
But wait, if you do a flamethrower, it will melt the awning.
Now, I've gotten better sense. If I've got a flamethrower, I'm going to use it responsibly.
Yeah, but if they're flying near our face, near our heads, no.
They're not going to, if I spot them, their little parasails coming, I'm going to be standing out there in the yard with that flamethrower, just waiting. Yeah. And it says that although they are venomous, scientists say that Joro spiders' venom is weak and that their fangs aren't strong enough to break the skin of humans or pets. So it must be like Granddaddy Longlegs in that.
Just a big-ass version.
Maybe. And it says that they are about...
If they can't bite us, I'm fine with that. I am perfectly fine with that. I like the daddy long legs.
Well, the granddaddy long legs are cool. And when I was a kid, that's the only
you pick them up and freak other people out.
Yeah.
It's like, look at how cute it is.
Yeah. But his mouth is so small it can't bite you.
Yeah.
It's
the most venomous spider in the world. Mm-hmm. But luckily,
I've wondered before.
Not able to bite us.
If you gathered them, like some of the people that use like the dart guns and stuff like that, what they did was they would tip the end of the dart in the poisonous tree frogs.
Yeah.
They boiled them down, and that's what they did, and then they would hunt with them. I wonder if you could do that with granddaddy longlegs.
I don't know.
Of course, it would be hard to get a mess of granddaddy longlegs.
You just collect them.
Well, I know, but I mean, it just...
How long does the venom stay good?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody's tried that or not. But it says that these spiders are about 4 inches long and have legs that span 6 to 8 inches. And it makes me squirm as I'm trying to read this.
Ew.
And the females are brightly colored and are known to cannibalize their brown-colored male mates. That seems
lovely.
to be what happens in the spider world.
Yeah, that's quite common.
I think so. And it says that they're believed to have made it to the U.S. about 10 years ago in shipping containers delivered to Georgia. Okay, with these shipping containers, I thought they were supposed to, like, disinfect and all that stuff. Apparently not.
Well, there's a difference between disinfecting and checking for spiders.
Well, it looks like
that's how banana spiders get in stores.
Yeah. This is the part of the perils of international shipping with some of these things.
Yeah.
And it says that the spiders were spotted in Georgia in 2021, spinning their large orb-shaped golden webs all over people's yards. Flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Experts have long been predicting the massive spread of the spiders across the East Coast, with an ecologist at Rutgers University telling DailyMail.com in 2023 that they should be in New Jersey and New York, possibly even next year.
Oh,
and
love that.
The expert had told Daily Mail, quote, because their main methods of dispersal are either balloon with the wind or to hitch rides on cars.
Fuck that. I'll burn the car down, too.
They are generally going to spread to where the wind blows or where humans are, end quote.
Yeah, no. Get that shit. No. Spider, stay to yourself. Don't land on me.
And it says a group of researchers from multiple states predicted that Cirrone spiders will eventually make a home out of the entire continental U.S., Canada, and even parts of Mexico.
Love that.
And the spider's ability to survive in all these different areas with vastly different climates has been demonstrated via an experiment at the University of Georgia last December. Scientists there froze more than 24 of the roughly 8-inch long spiders and found that 75% of them were unaffected.
That's scary.
Yeah. And as such, researchers told DailyMail.com that they saw no barrier to the spiders' march north. Why didn't they go south? Why didn't they go towards the equator and stuff?
Don't know. Maybe they're robot spiders.
One researcher explained, quote, the native range in Asia includes much of western China and the entire Korean peninsula, so the spiders are clearly well adapted to fairly cold climates, end quote. And the good news for arachnophobes in the Northeast is that Cirrone spiders don't want to go inside homes and much prefer staying outside and using man-made structures as the basis to form their webs. And, okay, and the expert, whose last name is Coyle, I do believe, David Coyle, is an assistant professor in the Department of Forestry and Environmental Conservation at Clemson University. He suggests that if they don't want the spiders around, to just move them with a broom or a stick. Oh, hell no. Flamethrower.
It's going to be like, fuck you, I'm squishing that spider.
Flamethrower. And he added that while Cirrone spiders' direct effect on other native species, such as the golden silk spiders, is unclear, it is clear that they are an invasive breed that requires more attention from the scientific community. Anytime you add or take away something from the environment, there's going to be repercussions. That's how that works.
Yeah.
And as far as the golden silk spiders, we call them riding spiders. And they're beautiful. They're huge. But they are some of the ones that I can deal with. Mm-hmm. They're orange and black. And when they weave their webs, it almost like has a design in it.
Yeah. Which is cool.
It is cool.
Really cool to see.
And they don't come indoors, and, you'd really just gardening around plants and different things like that, you would see them.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem. As long as they stay in their house and not mine, we can get along.
Agreed.
And that Coyle said, quote, these are not just benign spiders coming to catch and kill bad bugs. These are pushing out native species and catching and killing whatever happens to get in their webs, end quote. So why would he suggest moving these things around with a stick or a broom instead of eradicating them?
Don't know. Don't know. That's interesting.
Well, and it's just like there have been quite a few invasive species over the past several years. I know down in Tennessee that those huge carp, and I mean they are huge. They're like big. 3 or 4 foot long.
Yeah, they really are
taking over the waterways, and they are the native fish and stuff having a hard time.
They are, and
the carp are out breeding them, and we went fishing.
Control the carp.
I see you weren't with me at that point on that time down at that fishing experience, were you?
No.
That was old hell. That was just hell. And it's like, wasn't sure what was going on. Apparently, the carp are not edible. And so, what they were doing with the encouragement of the Tennessee Fish and Game, whatever people those are, telling people to, if they caught them, to just throw them up on the bank. And so they did. And so you had all
That's disease.
It was horrific. You had, now that I think about it, I don't know if they're bound to have buzzards or something like that down there. But whatever it was not able to keep up with the amount of carcasses there on the banks.
No. If you don't, if you catch that fish, if you fish the fish.
Mm-hmm.
If you fish the fish, okay, put it in a bucket, catch a few more, put them in a bucket, and then take them home, burn them.
Well, it looks like that they would have some
bury them.
way to dispose of the carcasses. Those things could be used for fertilizer.
Yeah, they can be.
But there was a tree there, and I got to looking at it, and I thought, that looks really, really weird, because it almost looked like a Halloween tree, and it was because it was made out of wire, and it was draped in black and stuff like that. Oh, hell no. It was so covered with flies that you couldn't see the bark. And
that's scary.
It was, I'm like, I do not want to be here. I am ready to go.
Yeah. No, that's not,
It was gross.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that, if I was there, if I saw that, I'd have just been like, yeah, no, we're leaving immediately. We're going to find another fishing spot. This ain't cool.
Well, this
is unhygienic. This is a real fast way of getting shit.
If the fish and wildlife people and stuff like that, they need to get the assistance of the public.
Mm-hmm.
And to have days that you go and do that, and that, like I said, they could have some kind of something that you could, as far as the carp, they could have fishing contests or whatever, and then use that to produce fertilizer, because they have, large amounts of farming down in West Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as these spiders and any of these other invasive things, if you find them, get rid of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong here.
It's like kudzu. But you can't hardly get rid of kudzu.
Yeah, because the root system is underground.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter what you do to the tops of the kudzu, it's still under, I don't know that you could ever get rid of the shit.
Burn it.
Right, again, flamethrower.
Burn it.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, do a controlled burn. Controlled burn.
I wonder if goats will eat kudzu. Goats will eat just about anything.
Yeah, it would probably be like salad for them.
So I don't know. I haven't done that much research on it. But I personally am not happy that there is some other type of something that's going to disrupt the ecosystem.
Right. It's not ours. It's not for our nation. It's not for our ecosystems here whatsoever. It came here from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Yeah. And
it may be controlled over where they are, but dang it, when it gets certain species of plants or animals or spiders, if they're taken out of their natural habitat and then placed into a new one, all hell can break loose. That's like cats. They are technically an invasive species as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they have taken over multiple places.
They've taken over our house.
They've taken over our house. They have taken over the neighbor's house, that one way down the road. They have taken over this one island in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing. That's the reason, as far as that, we do preach about being responsible pet owners, and where we did not want the cats came to us, and it was have them spayed and neutered, and yes, you can stay here.
Mm-hmm.
We do the best that we can with what we've got to take care of the kitties. The people down, about a half a mile from us, totally different philosophy. And so when animals do not, when they start to breed out of control, and especially with those feral cat colonies, they can get feline leukemia and other diseases, and that's a horrible thing for the animals. Mm-hmm. It's not that hard to be a responsible individual.
No, no.
And that's what concerns us about the deer population. Because where people don't hunt the way that they used to and thin out the herds,
it has just caused a whole mess, and they're getting wasting disease because
it concerns me, yeah. And it's almost like polio.
Yeah.
And it's a horrific condition for the animals.
It is.
And part of this comes from people not understanding that hunting is not evil.
No, it's a necessary thing.
Yeah.
So
it's not, it's how that is part of the ecosystem too.
Yeah.
And
people want to do stuff that is unnatural.
Yeah.
And want to get rid of what is natural.
What is unnatural is going to a store and buying a product that was made by people that you have no idea and have no idea what's in it, opening a bag, put it in your body, and then expecting your body to perform properly.
Yeah.
That's unnatural.
We do it every day.
We do. We do.
Like, look at those ingredients and see how much shit is in them.
Yes.
And see what sort of shit is in it.
And be, especially right now, and I can't remember if we discussed this on a previous cut, but it bears repeating that, was it a TikTok? It was something that I had seen on social media of, they were looking at products at Aldi's, and it's not just Aldi's. A lot of times it's any of these discount stores and stuff like that. Sometimes it's mainstream, stores. Ingredients contains bioengineered ingredients. Okay, what is the bioengineering? Which part of the product is bioengineering? What exactly does that mean? We're not being told the truth about the foods that we're consuming.
No, we're not. And I don't think we have been in a very long time.
I don't think so either. I really, really don't. And it just, it's frustrating.
That bioengineered. In what way is it bioengineered?
By whom?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Yeah.
So usually if I see something like that, if I catch it in time, I don't get it.
And are they, those spiders, going back to them, how did they even get here?
Shipping containers, what they said.
Okay.
Because, where we get a lot of our products and have been getting a lot of our products from China, that's where they came from. And it came in, they've got those huge shipping containers that come over, that they come over on the ships.
Yeah.
They stack them up, and then they can just load them onto a semi.
Right.
And take them wherever. And so that's how this stuff is getting there. It's sort of like the story we had a couple of days ago about the,
like you said earlier,
monitor lizards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the monkeys.
The monkeys, the pythons.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
This is wearying.
It is. It is. And it's just like I had watched a documentary several weeks back about the Appalachian Mountains here, and that it was an American chestnut tree, and that they were everywhere, and it was such a vital part of the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
And that there was somebody in New York that brought in, it was like a Chinese chestnut tree. For whatever reason, it was an invasive species, and that it came and just basically wiped out the other species.
Yeah, it did.
Just because you can do a thing does not mean you should do a thing.
Exactly.
Everything is such a delicate balance.
It is.
And that you have these people that just arrogant asses.
Mm-hmm.
That they think they can do whatever they want to do. Nobody's going to stop them. There's going to be no repercussion. And then everybody else has to suffer because of their hubris. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm the only one that is over megalomaniacs.
No, you're not. And we have a whole ass country, multiple countries being run by megalomaniacs.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting.
It is. I don't think I'm the only one that is having this fatigue. This is beyond normal chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia stuff.
This is like a spiritual fatigue.
It is cranked to 11, whatever the hell it is.
No matter how many naps, your soul is still tired.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Final thoughts on fresh hell.
Oh, Lord, make it stop.
Flamethrowers.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Personally, I'm ready. I'm just, at this point, no joke, I'm ready for God to come back and like pick us up in a spaceship or something and take us up.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
That would be all right. We're told this world is not our home.
It's not, and you can feel it at this point. You really can.
I really think you can.
But it's sad because this world was made for us. Mm-hmm. And so...
it'd be all right. It'd be all right.
It's just playing the waiting game.
Sure.
That was like this one girl on TikTok. Literally, her TikTok was, every day I literally just distract myself just to get to the next day.
Yeah. So it's not just us.
No.
Well, Scripture says when you've done all that you can do, stand. And it means stand on promises. And it's like I was talking to Mom yesterday. And that scene in the 13th Warrior where you had the enemy hordes coming at them. This little village. And it's like you had the 13th Warrior who was the Arab character. And he was standing next to Bullseye. And they had crafted these poles and sharpened the ends of them. And so the Arab, it's like, what do I do with this? And Bullseye looked at him and he said, stand on it. And so it was a matter of him having to stand there with his foot on that pole, hold it as the enemy is coming. Yeah. So when you've done all that you can do, stand. If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, fresh hell, you can give us an email at cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. It's there in the description box. I'll put the link to the article. This big ass spiders. There's a movie I think that's called Big Ass Spiders. It's hilarious. Watch that sometime. It'll give you a laugh.
Is it like a version of Sharknado?
It's better than Sharknado. It's better than Sharknado.
Okay.
So.
Are you ready to do much?
Yeah, I'm ready for you.
Okay. I don't... Am I doing the outro now or what?
You're doing... Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a signal, something. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, and share it. Check her out on BitChute and Rumble, where Landis Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter. Also click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. It don't do much, but it likes the affection. Give it a ding. Yeah. Thank you all for joining us. Have a good.
Yeah. There's some people doing some cool art over there that I'm subscribed to on X. Mm-hmm. Zombies. I'm encouraging some of him to somehow be able to produce physically some of the designs that he's come up with.
This stuff would be really cool on merch.
Oh, yes. Yes, it would.
It would make really dope merch.
And I'm just encouraging him on that. And Mr. Jingles, I adore.
He could like somehow commission little figurines. Mm-hmm. And some of those creatures in the AI could be turned into figurines.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah.
And as far as Natasha, she does amazing art. Mm-hmm. I mean, I subscribe to some way cool people. I'm actually really enjoying X. And if it's something that I don't have to read it. I can scroll past it and find something that is cool.
Yeah.
Something that speaks to me. Mm-hmm. So, That's that's about it. That's social media. I'm
all that I
doing
got.
better than I've done with it before.
Yeah. That's all we got.
Yeah, that's what we got. Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup. We don't want no big ass spiders,
No.
but I do want a flamethrower. Bye.
Get your flamethrower.